So with season 4 of Ranked coming to a close, I do want to say this has been the most interesting season we've had in a really long time. We've talked about it in multiple videos, ranked inflation and all that stuff, so we're not going to beat a dead horse here. But one thing it did do though was got all of us talking, and I thought that was pretty dope. Now, no matter what your opinion is on the new system, Crimson being handed out, Iridescent being handed out, whatever the case may be, there is still stuff that I want to see improved. But I am going to give Treyarch their flowers though. They do deserve some credit for what they got right, no doubt about it. And I mean, a lot of this stuff we have kind of glossed over in the live streams, but the good thing is I'm able to sit down, collect my thoughts, have my squad yelling call outs and singing songs in my ears. One thing I think they got right though is the scoreboard bonus. This is probably my favorite addition to Ranked. For the longest time, and myself included, a lot of folks felt like our individual performance just wasn't reflected in the SR games, especially in Black Ops 6. I didn't really feel it that bad in this game, but there have been times where in Black Ops 6 I would go insane, like 60 kill games, hella hill time, and I'd still get a whopping 20 SR. That was bogus. So I'm definitely glad if you top fragged in this game, you definitely got rewarded for it more than last year for the most part, at least in my personal experience. And look, winning should always be the priority, no doubt about it. Call of Duty is a team game, Ranked is a team mode, and I think the community as a whole, we never want to lose sight of that, because it is easy to go ahead and try to want to outplay your teammates. I've seen little funny TikToks where somebody will literally go ahead and kill their teammate that's about to score an overload. They'll kill their teammate so they can go ahead and grab the ball and then they can get the overload score. Is that funny? 100%. Have I thought about doing it to my own teammates? 100%. But at the end of the day, again, it's funny, but it can kind of create some problems and some animosity between you and your team that doesn't need to be there. But if you absolutely take over a lobby, top of the scoreboard, and essentially do everything you can, I think it's fair that the system actually recognizes that. So no doubt about it, I really hope the scoreboard bonus sticks around, not only for the rest of the year, but in the Modern Warfare 4 and beyond. Another thing that I really liked though was the Underdog bonus and the favorite team penalty. I thought this made a whole lot of sense from the jump. If matchmaker thought that your team was less likely to win and you lost anyway, it doesn't hit your SR as hard. Yeah, it's only 5 SR, but at the end of the day, it does kind of help your mental a little bit. And it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm not that bad. Maybe we were just playing freaking the Telluride bush or some shit. But if you were the favorite team and you lost, the game expected more from you, you got punished more. And to me, I think that's a W. It rewards upsets, and if you spawn into a lobby with guys that are higher ranked than you, you can kind of go into that lobby and think, okay, if I beat these guys, I'll get rewarded with more SR. And again, if you spawn in and there's guys in your lobby, let's say maybe you're Crimson, right? And you got a couple of plats in your lobbies, and you think,
oh, we're gonna mop the floor with these guys.
And you fuck around and lose because your ego is through the roof, or maybe one of your teammates were keyboard and mouse locked.
Oh my God.
Well, we just got 6-0 by plats.
It doesn't count. Yeah, it does not count. Yo, re-queue.
Hey,
Wait,
no, you gotta
yeah,
make sure you're not
counts.
K-Bam locked.
Oh, you're right.
I don't even know how that
wait,
happened.
wait.
You swear you didn't unplug your controller?
I swear to God, I didn't.
Oh, the 40 about to hurt.
Fuck you.
Oh, no. Oh.
Controller.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to entirely blame that on Lazuli. You're squatted up, you win together, you lose together. So yes, in my opinion, those are probably the most W updates to the ranked system in Season 4. Attention all ADHD folks. Advanced Gaming Supplements has a focus supplement for you so you can stay locked in. Attention all of you folks with dry ass lips. Advanced GG has hydration supplements so you can take care of that cotton mouth. And for all of us unks, dads, grandpas, whatever, they have energy subs so we can stay up past 8 p.m. on Friday night to game with the squad. Check these guys out. It'll be the second link down below though, and use code NERVS10 NRVS10 for anything you want to cop off of the Advanced GG store. Now ultimately, I'm probably just mentally masturbating here, but at the end of the day, when the developers announced that the system was going to be a little more transparent, this is kind of the idea that I had in my brain that I really wanted to happen. I'm not sitting here saying that I thought it was going to happen, but I thought this is the kind of transparency that we were going to get. And do I think Treyarch is going to do this? Probably not. And this isn't even the first time that I brought this up on the channel. I literally spoke on this before Ranked even dropped in Black Ops 7. But I seriously think this would make Ranked 10 times better. No doubt about it. The devs threw around that word transparency, right? That's what we need. You know, according to different opinions, not easier matchmaking, not free SR, and no participation trophy type shit. But if you think about it, the game already knows everything. It knows your hidden performance rating, and I do believe it's still there, by the way. Although Dev said that HPR is gone, I'm almost convinced it's almost impossible not to have any kind of HPR or hidden MMR in competitive games nowadays. Even if it's like Fortnite or Valorant, something has to be happening beneath the surface, right? Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong though, but I just have a hard time believing that there isn't any MMR some way or another in this system here. But at the end of the day, it does know whether you exceeded or fell short of your expectations, right? Maybe the developers themselves know, but definitely like the algorithm in the game knows. We don't know though. And look, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with showing the player what the game already knows. At least I don't think so. Again, maybe unless they're trying to appease to like the participation trophy crybabies or something, I don't know. But think about it. If you finish a ranked match, instead of seeing 80 SR and then you have 0 context, imagine like a full performance breakdown. And again, I'm kind of just throwing numbers out here. Don't take this too seriously, but like, let's say your expected KD was a 1.4 and you actually ended the game with a 1.8. Your expected hill time was 85 seconds, but you came up a little short and you only got 67 seconds. Your accuracy was a 33%. Your objective score was like a B plus or maybe like an 88%, depending on how the game wants to grade that. Your slaying was an A. Your team impact was like, I don't know, a B minus or a C plus. But your overall performance was kind of like a low A. And then you get rewarded 80 SR on top of the base 20 SR. Now, I know that was kind of a mouthful, no diddy, but imagine if we were able to get that kind of transparency. Now, all of a sudden, you understand why you earned what you earned. There's no guessing, no conspiracy theories, no more of the SR system is broken conversations. The game just straight up tells you where you excelled and where you came up short. That's actually how we get better at the game. But I've been saying it for years now. Maybe I'm just an idiot talking into a microphone. Look, this will be dope though, because I don't know about you guys, but I would love to have that feedback. If my hill time has been below expectations 5 matches in a row, now I got to go ahead and get to work. If I'm consistently getting first blooded or losing opening fights, that's valuable information. Or if my headshot percentage is lower than other players in my division, now I know exactly what needs my attention, right? You can't tell me that this wouldn't be a dub. And like I said, for developers, the goal shouldn't just be handing out SR numbers, because a lot of people kind of feel that way right now. But I think the goal should be helping players actually improve. Now, did the system take a step in the right direction? Sure, but I think it still needs a lot of work. And again, to kind of piggyback off of that last point, another thing that I think would be dope would be like average life length, headshot percentage, not just like your regular accuracy percentage, damage per life, trade percentage, hill efficiency. And like with hill efficiency, what I mean is like how often you break a hill successfully or how often you can hold one down, and like non-traded kills. And again, it'd be pretty dope to see those numbers stacked up against the average player in your current rank. Now look, imagine you're spawning into a diamond lobby, right? And your objective play is already crimson level, but maybe your damage output is what's holding you back. I think that's actionable. That'll be dope. And I'm convinced if they added something like this first before anything else, I think it would have made a lot of people more curious about ranked play anyway. And now before somebody says like people would just game the system, maybe. But again, when they're literally spoon feeding you what you need to do better, it's gonna be kind of hard to game the system, man. At least I think so. And another argument is a lot of people think that rank play should be exactly like the Call of Duty League. I could definitely see both sides of that, but that will make it feel more like the Call of Duty League. If you can literally see your own stats, or like a player card, not like the player cards in the game, but literally like a stat player card. I know you know what I mean. But again, at the end of the day though, I do think Season 4 kind of deserves a little more credit than it's getting. I understand a lot of people think ranks are inflated. I agree to a degree, which is kind of funny because it was one of my tougher seasons. Maybe I'm washed, but personally, I'd love to see Treyarch take a couple more steps. Pull back the curtain, show us what the game is already measuring, because I seriously think this would make ranked play a banger. But if you could add one feature to ranked play next season, or maybe Modern Warfare 4, definitely let us know down below. And needless to say, if you're here because you like COD, content creation, streaming, anime, showing up your setup, whatever the case may be, I invite you to the Collective Cortex Discord server. It's not just another COD server. I want it to be a spot where everybody, competitive players, casual players, content creators, streamers, I want it to be a spot where everybody can be in one spot, chopping it up, gaming together, whatever the case may be. This will be the first link down below. Go ahead and apply, and if you're not a prick or a bitch, I'll most likely approve you. Check out one of these 2 videos here though. I will see you over there.